Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
Adam Driver has a very unusual past that's catching many people off guard. It takes a lot more than standard good looks to make it in Hollywood these days, and we've been blessed with some truly unique actors as a result. Some have an unconventional aura about them, others have a distinctive style of acting, and a few enrich their roles with their unique life experiences. Luckily for us, one actor has emerged in recent years who has all three of these qualities. When we first met Adam Driver on HBO's Girls, it was obvious that Hollywood had gained a unique new talent. But behind his high-profile career is a personal life he's struggled to keep hidden. Adam's unique acting style isn't lost on him, and he even characterizes himself as being a misfit in his younger years. It obviously all worked out, as he's now one of Hollywood's most interesting leading men. Born November 19, 1983, in San Diego, California, Driver moved with his sister and mother to Indiana when he was 7 years old. A self-proclaimed misfit, a young Driver set stuff on fire when he wasn't singing in the church choir. After seeing the movie Fight Club, Adam claimed that he and some fellow misfit kids from school would meet on a field in the middle of the night and beat each other up. Now we know where his explosive performances come from. And that weird time after high school but before college is always tough, especially when you have to support yourself by selling vacuums door to door. Adam did this and more, as he worked as a telemarketer for a basement waterproofing business. However, after 9/11, it suddenly became clear to Adam what his next step was meant to be: the Marine Corps. Enlisting in the Marine Corps is such a rare choice that, according to Adam, the recruiter thought he was on the run from the police. Today, he gives back after his life-changing time in the Marines, founding Arts in the Armed Forces, a nonprofit organization aimed at bringing high-quality arts programming to active duty service members, veterans, military support staff, and their families. With his service complete, his acting success didn't happen overnight. He was rejected by Juilliard the first time he applied, and despite trying to make it as an actor without a degree, he just couldn't get any gigs. His Hollywood beginnings were as humble as they come, considering how he barely made it into California. His car broke down on the way, and his low funds forced him to return home 2 days later. In the midst of the pre-fame acting grind, Adam was getting rejected left and right, so he came up with a way of making it sting a little less. He trained himself to hate the people he was auditioning for. If he didn't get the job, he'd tell himself that he didn't like them anyway. Remember how Adam was rejected from Juilliard? Did you catch how he was rejected the first time he applied? Sure enough, he was finally accepted the second time he applied, reinforcing the phrase, "If at first you don't succeed, try again." Adam found more than educational fulfillment at Juilliard. He actually met his future wife, Joanne Tucker, while at the school. They got married in 2013 and will no doubt have some hilarious stories for their kids about their college shenanigans. Every Adam Driver fan knows that his role on Girls was his big break, but would you believe it almost didn't happen? He admitted that he initially passed on the role because he was uninterested in TV work. Thank goodness his opinion changed. There's a reason Adam's acting style is considered more intense than most: his military training. "I made people in my school cry because it was just the way I was used to talking to people," he once admitted. "I needed to calm down a little bit." Adam takes method acting to the extreme. He kept his Kylo Ren helmet on even when the cameras weren't rolling, spent a week in silence for a role as a monk, and got his bus license to bring his character in Patterson to life. When Adam got the lead role in Martin Scorsese's film Silence, he went all out in a way most doctors wouldn't recommend. "I don't think I've ever taken it to that extreme before," he said of the 50 pounds he lost for the role. And he's a truly multi-talented individual, even outside the acting world. He's shown off his musical skills in the movie Inside Llewyn Davis, and he can also sing and play the piano. He even sang in his church choir growing up. Actors aren't always obsessed with their own voices. Adam is proof of this, as watching his performances on screen makes him profoundly uncomfortable. He claims his discomfort began after watching his performance on Girls, and he hasn't yet overcome it. Despite his phobia, he admitted to sitting down and watching the entirety of The Force Awakens. "I literally can't believe I was in it," he said of the surreal experience. Adam's as starstruck by Star Wars as the rest of us. While Adam achieved icon status as Kylo Ren, that role wasn't always a guarantee. The studio seriously considered Hugo Weaving for the role instead, which seems odd considering the 20-year age difference between the two actors. The actor is famously private, so fans were shocked when it was reported that he and Tucker have a young son. He said that he has to be a spy when it comes to having a personal life, as well as a high-profile acting career. If Adam seems like a uniquely mysterious person, it may be because of his social media habits, or his lack thereof. He's very scared of technology, and especially of the power social media has on our lives, so much so that he doesn't use it at all. Adam Driver may be one of the most in-demand, unconventional actors in Hollywood right now, but he has a lot to live up to. With his equally unique look and passion for public service, Steve Buscemi has been Hollywood's off-kilter go-to for years. For the first half of his life, Steve Buscemi pronounced his name Buscemi instead of Buscemi, but it wasn't until he visited his family in Sicily that he realized he'd been pronouncing his own name wrong. In 1980, a directionless Buscemi decided to take the civil service exam and wound up becoming a New York City firefighter. He served in the FDNY's Engine No. 55 in Little Italy for 4 years while also attending auditions and improv classes at night. Early on in his career, Buscemi gave stand-up comedy a try and failed miserably. Luckily, he met future Sons of Anarchy star Mark Boone Jr., and the two actually formed a sketch comedy duo together. While Buscemi is mostly known for his collaborations with the Coen brothers, he's been featured in more Adam Sandler flicks than anything else. To date, he's appeared alongside the comedian in 10 films, including Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, Grown Ups 1 and 2, and the Hotel Transylvania trilogy. Born on Friday the 13th, Buscemi couldn't escape his bad luck as a kid, as he was hit by both a bus and a car on 2 separate occasions. He used the settlement from the bus accident to attend the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. Fans of The Sopranos will recognize Buscemi as Tony Soprano's cousin, Tony Blundetto, but the actor also played a significant role behind the camera as well. During the show's 8-year run, Buscemi directed 4 episodes, including the critically acclaimed Pine Barrens. It's no secret that Buscemi's characters are prone to early and oftentimes outrageous deaths. Yet the actor himself is fully aware of this typecasting. In fact, he even admits to reading ahead in the scripts to see if, or more likely when, his character will kick the bucket. Buscemi claims his 1996 directorial debut, Trees Lounge, which he also wrote and starred in, was based on his early life on Long Island. "I was truly directionless," Buscemi said. "I was driving an ice cream truck and working at a gas station. The drinking age was 18 then, so I spent every night hanging out with my friends in bars." In the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Buscemi, shown here on the far left, actually returned to his old engine company and worked 12-hour shifts in search of survivors. The actor refused publicity for his heroic actions, and it wasn't until over a decade later that his presence at Ground Zero was made public. It's Buscemi's crooked smile that's really become his moneymaker. He used to play crooked criminals. That's why, despite a handful of offers from dentists to fix his teeth, Buscemi has insisted on leaving his trademark chompers exactly as they are. Buscemi earned critical acclaim for playing Enoch "Nucky" Thompson on HBO's Boardwalk Empire. Even when he first got the call about the part, he didn't believe he'd actually gotten it. He even thanked showrunner Terrence Winter for the consideration before realizing what he'd said was true. Buscemi's first acting role came in 1985 when he starred in The Way It Was, a popular art film during New York's no-wave transgressive period. He then followed up with a more mainstream role in 1986's Parting Glances. Fans of Buscemi's death-prone characters often cite Carl Showalter's grisly demise in Fargo as their favorite death, though the man himself has another untimely end in mind. According to the actor, his character Donnie Carabazzo's death by heart attack in The Big Lebowski is his favorite. In 2003, Buscemi was one of 19 people arrested for protesting the closing of several firehouses, including his former Engine 55. This, along with his role in the aftermath of 9/11 and his outspoken support of the FDNY, earned him the distinction of Honorary Battalion Chief in 2014. Following a shoot for 2001's Domestic Disturbance, Buscemi joined co-star Vince Vaughn for a night out. Vaughn wound up getting into an altercation with another bargoer, and as he tried to split up the fight, Buscemi was actually stabbed in the face, throat, and hands with a pocket knife. Buscemi's serial killer character Garland Green in 1997's Con Air was actually written specifically for him. Screenwriter Scott Rosenberg, who's close friends of Buscemi's, wrote the part with him in mind and was over the moon when he agreed to play it. If you've ever taken a tour of Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary, you might have noticed a familiar voice coming through your headset. Well, that's because Buscemi, who's a big fan of the prison's history and architecture, actually narrates the audio tour. A well-circulated rumor about Buscemi is that he auditioned for the role of George Costanza on Seinfeld, a belief that Jason Alexander himself also supports. However, on a 2015 episode of The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, the actor debunked the rumor as pure gossip. Although he plays a major role in Robert Rodriguez's 1995 classic Desperado, Buscemi's character is never actually referred to by name. So, to have a little fun with the audience, Rodriguez dubbed the character Buscemi in the credits.